never let the past come back. But you know you got that comeback.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is a story time on when I almost fought my manager. Okay, so most of y'all know that I started working at McDonald's like about 2-3 months ago or whatever, and I wasn't posting on YouTube, like I was busy. So let me get a rundown. So basically I applied for the job, and when I went for the interview, it was like mad Caribbean people there. So you know, I know my mom is Trinidadian and my father's Guyanese, so you know, like for me, I was raised in this. So I go for my interview. I showed out, like I did my thing. My manager made it seem, but one of the managers made it seem like they was good vibes in there, like everybody was, you know, about their business, and ain't nobody come to be in drama and stuff like that. But for me, so I started working like 2 days after I did the interview. Like she put me out, and then she was like, yeah, you're gonna start, I'm gonna show you the hours that they gave me off. Well, I'm gonna see if I can find them. But they was giving me some crazy shifts. I'm talking about from like 9 to 11 p.m. And it was just like, wait, hold on. Why am I still here at midnight? And it's my first week. They was working me like a slave. I swear to God. Like, I hate working at McDonald's. Like, I swear to God, you're on your feet all day. Like, every single day, all day. And it's no breaks. They give you like a little 30-minute break for your whole shift. And I say, mind you have to stand there and clean, stand over the hot stove and make the burgers and the chicken sandwich and the chicken nuggets and the apple pies and the cookies and the fries. Then you gotta stand at the coffee making machine and make the coffees. Then you gotta stand at the McFlurry machine and make the McFlurries and the smoothies and the milkshakes. And it's just like so much, like, and they don't give you a break at all. Like, they want you to keep moving like the pack rats. And on top of that, it was mad old women there. Like, it was people my age group. Let me not say nobody. It was like a few, like, I don't know, probably like the ratio for old people to young people would probably be like 2 to 1. So like, yeah, it was just mad older heads in there, and they all old and Caribbean. But for some reason, they all moving like they're the manager, and some of them was crew members, and it was like 2 of them that was the general manager, and you know, for me, we had a few of those. But most of them was crew members just like me, moving like they managers, and I did not like that. That's for me. So my first week there, I'm gonna tell y'all. So they had me making the drinks. I was making like the fountain drinks, like that's like the Mountain Dew, the Sprite, the Cola, Dr. Pepper, Fanta, and they had me making the McFlurries, the Oreo McFlurries, and the M&M McFlurries. And this is when the new Shamrock stuff had came out. So I was doing the Shamrock McFlurries and all that. And then I was making the milkshakes. Like, they didn't do no training at all. I went to the job 2 days after the interview. The day after the interview, I came, we did orientation. Like, we filled out the extra little pieces of paperwork. She showed us around, like, where the lockers was at, where the bathroom was at, and then each station. She didn't tell us how to work the stations or nothing. She just said, okay, this is where we make the fries, this is where we put the cookies, this is where we get the ice. You know, for me, she was just, just showing us stuff. It was no teaching there. Like, you really had to learn as you move. And don't get me wrong, I know that's the point, but it's like there was no training. They was just like, bow, you out in the field, and bow, you gotta deal with these customers, and bow, you gotta deal with your coworkers, and bow, you gotta deal with me, and bow, by the time you get your paycheck, it's not worth it, and bow, your feet is swollen, and bow, your back is hurting, and bow, you go home with a headache. That's how I was every day. I'm coming home to soak my foot with Epsom salt and hot water because my foot was swollen every day. I know I just did surgery, so me being on my feet had my foot swollen, like it was just swollen. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I was making all the drinks, like literally every drink. I'm talking about the smoothies, the strawberry banana, the mango pineapple, the new slushies they came out with for the summertime. You know, they seasonal slushies. I was making every drink, hot cappuccino, everything. So I'm not making drinks. I'm not just making drinks for the customers that come in, but I'm also making drinks for DoorDash and Uber Eats and Postmates and stuff, like, you know, for me. So this was the first incident. It was a few incidents with me and a few of them there, okay? So I'm gonna get every last one of them. And I'm gonna tell you how I almost fought this manager. So this is the same manager. The first incident is with the same manager that I almost fought. So basically, I'm making the drinks for Uber Eats and stuff like that. So she's packing the bags. Like, she's packing the bags for the customers in the Uber Eats. So it's like, I'm making it at my booth right here. Like, right here. If my booth is right here with the drinks, I'm right here. And then, like, further down on that side, like right here type, you know what I mean? Not literally that close, but you know, if you was in a store, like, feel me, a ballpark. So they like right here. this is the table where she's packing the bags and stuff right here, which is next to the ice cream machine and the smoothie machine. She's right there. And then on the side of her is the fries, like literally right behind her, like right behind her is the fries. And somebody's always on the grill making fries. So it's kind of always packed in that little corner because it's 3 people packing the bags, somebody's on the grill, somebody else is standing at the other the McCafe machines, like for the for the frappes and stuff. Yeah. So like I would try to put it as close to her station as I can because it's a lot of people. I'm not about to keep saying excuse me. If I find a spot where I could put it, I'm gonna rest it down right there. It's not like it's on a whole other table. It's on the same table, just at the other side of the table. She kept making a big scene. She was like, oh, didn't I tell you not to put it there? And so then I put it there one more time because I'm not about to keep saying excuse me. Like I said, like y'all all packed up in this corner and y'all know that some people have to pass to put the stuff down. So since y'all want to be packed up in the corner like y'all own the corner, then you gonna pick them drinks up off the corner. Simple as that. I'm not about to tell you to move because first of all, it's common sense. Why would you block up the walkway? Because it's people that's supposed to be coming from the back. We're in the front. How they gonna get through? They gotta keep saying excuse me, and that is so corny. Just move out the way. You're standing in the way. It's like, for me, if you're not in the way, I'm not, for me, I'm gonna say excuse me. But if you're purposefully in the way and you know that you're in the way, I'm not saying excuse me. I'm not, because you know what you're doing. You standing here for what? You see me coming, you the only person blocking the walkway. Get out the walkway, move to the side. Your mother never told you that? Don't stand in the walkway, stand on the side. Like, come on. Anyways, so she told me, she was like, oh, didn't I tell you not to put it there? Da, da, da. I'm like, well, I cannot fit, and I'm not gonna keep saying excuse me. Kept it pushing. So they realized, like, okay, she really got an attitude. She had an attitude and she not playing. So they made this space. So when they made the space, I'm just damn right slamming the drinks on the table. Like, here, you want it in this corner now, here. Like, feel me? That was that. She never said nothing to me again after that. But then, like, the next day, some girl came in the store and she ordered a plain ice. She thought she ordered a caramel iced coffee. But she actually said, can I get an iced coffee? We're not mind readers. If you say, can you get an iced coffee, we're not thinking of putting no caramel pumps in there. We're not thinking of putting no liquid sugar. We're going to literally put the iced coffee. I'm like, that's it. If you want cream and stuff, you have to let them know the flavor of iced coffee that you want. Like, you can't just say, I want iced coffee. Because you're going to get a cup of iced coffee. That's it. So, she ordered an iced coffee. That's what was on the thing. That's what popped up on the screen. Iced coffee. It didn't say caramel, French vanilla, nothing. So I made that. I passed it to her. She was like, what is this? I'm like, this is what you ordered. Check your receipt. She like, no, I wanted the caramel. Da, da, da. So I made the caramel. Passed it to her. She like, oh, this look like water. Took it back from her. I'm like, what water are you drinking that look brown? That's exactly what I said. I said, what water do you drink that look brown? Then she tried to get my manager or whatever. She was like, can I speak to your manager? I'm like, okay, cool. And she's right there. Like, you don't see the shirt? Because, you know, in McDonald's, you know the difference between the managers and the crew members. But we're not wearing the same shirts, like, at all. So anyway, I'm like, she's right there. Like, for me. So she tried to call my manager and tell my manager, like, oh, I was being disrespectful. But it was a customer standing behind her. And the customer was like, no. She was being disrespectful. And she was like, oh, she was being disrespectful. And your crew member gave her the right attitude. I'm like, oh, okay then. Like, for me, all I wanted to know was, what water are you drinking that's brown? Like, you need to get that checked out, sweetheart. Talking about something that look like water. Are you crazy? That was that. So yeah, like, a few days later, it's this girl at my job. Her name started with a D. So we're gonna call her D or whatever. So they was talking to D one day. She was working there before me, but they was like, yo, we need some pep. Like, you know, you need some spice to you. Like, you gotta act like, they was sounding like she gotta act like me. You know, like, she gotta spice it up a little bit. Like, she can't let these customers talk to her however. Feel me? So the manager that I argued with, that, you know, for me, that I had the situation with the first time, she's like, oh no, she thought I wasn't listening, but I was listening because I heard my name. You know, like, you're not paying attention, but you know, you're just listening because, like, they called your name or some shit. Like, you know, once you hear your name, you listen, like, your ears is tuned up, like, what you just said. Like, so she was telling her, she was like, oh, you gotta be more like Kels, whatever. So then, lady gonna come put her 2 sentences in a way it got nothing to do with her, talking about some Kels got too much sass. I'm like, yeah, because my mother raised me not to allow people to talk to me any which way, and you got a problem with that. She was like, oh, I wasn't talking about you. I'm like, yes, you was. You know how I know you was talking about me? Because they was talking about me. So who else was you talking about? She was like, oh, I thought they was talking. No, I walked away. because you bullshit me. So, feel me? That was my second little altercation because I had to let her know, like, yeah, I'm like this because you be talking to me crazy. And my mother told me don't let nobody talk to me like that. So don't talk to me like that. Simple. What's wrong with you? Talking to me like I'm your kid, and I'm not your kid, sweetheart. Relax. Calm all that down. Right now. Relax. See me? So I get back to my work. I'm doing me, minding my business. So then this was the altercation where I was like, you know what? This job, everybody, I'm out. Feel me? That's the energy I was given. The job, everybody, and I'm gone. So one day she come in, like she worked, like I clocked in before her this day, but she's, like I said, she's still like a little general manager, whatever you want to call her. So I clocked in before her. She clocked in like 3 hours into my shift or whatever, and I forgot. Oh yeah. So I went in the back to cut up the lemons, because you know it's like a little lemon slicer, like you put the lemon in the thing, in like a little cage thing. You drop the lemon in right here, and it's a top piece with the blade on it, so you just push it down, like, feel me? So I'm chopping up the lemon, but it had a stem on one of them, like them, you know the stems, but this stem was like mad big, so the chopper wouldn't go down. So she's like, oh, you're doing it wrong, you don't know what you're doing. Just like that, you doing it wrong, you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, hold on, because it's a stem right here, sweetheart. I know what I'm doing, I don't need your help. She's like, oh, who you talking to with that attitude? I'm like, I'm talking to you with this attitude, because every day you come in here, literally just like this, because every day you come in here and you give me a stink attitude and expect me not to reciprocate it. Don't play with me. Walked away. While I'm walking away, I hear her talking about something. Oh, I ain't clock in yet. So I'm like, I can clock out right now. What do you want to do? She called her little manager buddies or whatever on me. I'm like, that's cool. You can call the manager on me, because I really don't care. I don't. So, yeah, so me, I'm like, I can clock out. Like, what do you want to do? She got silent. She didn't say nothing. So then one of the other managers came up to me and she was like, what's going on? Like, what happened? And I told her, I'm like, yo, shorty, don't speak. She be speaking to me crazy. And it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. And you need to say it with a little respect and calm all that down when you're talking, because I don't bother nobody. I swear to God. I used to come to work. It was my friend Anna and my friend Dylan. We used to be talking and chilling. Those were the only 2 people that I would talk to, like, for real. Like, But yeah, she started thugging and bugging. I had to let her know, like, listen, mamas, I'm not the one, for real, like. And on top of that, that job was just for like a few pay stubs, so I could buy something. Like, it wasn't really, see, true word, I can't even find my lip gloss. It wasn't really nothing crazy. Like, who wants to keep working at McDonald's? First of all, you was 40 years old and working at McDonald's, miss. Get your life together. What are you doing with yourself, sweetheart? But yeah, so the other GM was like, how, oh, next time just let her know and she'll address the situation. And she's like, oh, I should have told her from the get-go that she was giving me attitude. I'm like, no, it's just the respect level, girl. Just because I'm new don't mean you about to treat me like I'm new, because I'm not new to Brooklyn and I'm not new to the hood. I'm new to here, but I've been living, sweetheart. You don't know who I know and what I do and what I get down with. So don't throw no attitude over here this way, because you know I can send it right back, and some more, something else. Like, feel me? So I didn't talk to nobody that day. They was just like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to be bothered by nobody right now. Don't talk to me. I didn't say that, but I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Just like that. I'm good. I'm fine. Straight as face, think his attitude all day. But yeah, I ended up quitting that job because, like, I'm gonna get out of the real reason why I had to quit the job is a story time for itself. But yeah, I ended up quitting the job, and it was partially that, but that was not the wholehearted reason. But yeah, if you like this story time, comment, share, subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and share with a friend. You know, I'm trying to make sure I ain't missing nothing in the story. No, that was about it. But yeah, toodles.